This is your boy DJ Leon D, and on this channel we talk about travel, money, and lots of cooking. Three things I know quite a bit about. I'm not an expert at anything. Nope, not an expert. I just been around a long time and know a lot. Let's get it on. Hello family, it's DJ Leon D. I'm back again. You know how you do something dumb and it sounds like a good idea when you first propose it, and then once you propose it, you look back on it after you committed to it and you say it's dumb as hell. Well, what I suggested a family get together in Rochester, New York. Yeah, that was dumb as hell. Because you see, my granddad had 23 kids. Not by the same woman, like some of you thinking. No, he had 23 kids. Mostly boys. A whole lot of boys. And of course, all those boys had their own kids who had kids who got kids now. So, let me tell you how it went. We like to get together and we have fun. We don't always like each other, but we love each other. It's a big difference. So that's kind of how it went. But let me tell you some differences in the family. A few of us live in cities, and most people in the family do not. That's a problem. That's a major problem. You see, because country folks and city folks should never be together. No. They should never be together. That's a mistake. Because you see, let me give you a couple examples. City folks like using knives and forks and spoons. Country folks like using fingers. They lick them like they are another piece of chicken thigh. Yeah, they are totally different. And see, country people don't mind dirt roads because it don't bother them. City folks don't like buying nice vehicles and driving them on dirt roads. We like paved roads. And see, it's almost like the Beverly Hillbillies getting together with cousin Eddie from National Lampoon Vacations. Yeah, that's how we roll. And see, country folks, mobile homes are all right. It's not a bad thing. City folks, we kind of like brick houses. You know what I mean? We kind of like brick houses. And see, my country cousins, when you tell them, you got a new car, you're talking about a 2026. No, to them, they go from a 1985 Pinto to a 1989 Pinto. To them, that's a new car. Yeah, they look at things totally different. And see, we like going on cruises in the city. Country folks think that a fishing boat is a cruise. Yeah, it's a whole different thought. And see, I got some friends and family members, especially family members, who look at each other and think one is skinny when that one weighs 2 pounds less than what they weigh. And they all start at 300. Yep. And see, when I ask my country cousins, do you have 16 years of education? They say, yeah. I repeated first, second, third, and fourth grade twice. And I graduated. So to them, that's 16 years of education, which when I say it, I mean any college. That's what I meant. They is just as proud of going to school for 16 years in secondary school as you are for getting your college degree. It's all the same to them. Now, all my cousins who look at life the way I do, we all left. Well, I never lived in the small city that they all live in, but we never went back. We never went back to the small city my granddad come from. Now, I told you my granddad had 23 kids, but my grandmother only had 12. Yeah, he was a rolling stone. Yes, he was a rolling stone. He wanted a kid in each county, but my grandmother had 12. So those are the ones that I count the most. Or actually, those are the ones I'm closest to. But, I said, we're going to get together. We're going to have drinks. So all my city cousins went to the liquor store to get wine and liquor and beer and everything else. All my country cousins, they love moonshine. Yes, they do. Moonshine is what makes them tick. And every year, we know that somebody gonna go crazy. They just gonna show their ass out. Somebody's gonna do it. and it's always a different person, and it's always somebody you never expect. You never expect for them, for them to be that way. So, we go and we buy groceries out of the grocery store. Yeah, we go buy groceries out of the grocery store. My country cousins, they grow their own food and they trade with the neighbors for what they want. Yes, they do. And they do not care about washing the fruits and vegetables and the meat. They don't care nothing about that. The way they look at it, it rained last night, so everything's clean. Yes, yes, yes. Now, I was talking to my cousin from the country about credit cards. Well, in the country, they live on debit cards. It's a huge difference when you're trying to rent a car because they don't understand why they got these surcharges that they're not familiar with. So I try to understand them for the way they live because you know what? We didn't pick our relatives. No, we didn't pick them because I wouldn't have picked none of mine. And I'm sure most of mine would not have picked me. You put them in the city, they walk around with the necks, with the head straight up to the sky because they're looking at tall buildings. Wow, that building is tall. That's only 4 stories. Well, in the country, you don't see many buildings more than 2 stories. And all the houses are flat. I'm talking about flat roofs, like mobile homes. Yeah, it's just unique how some of the smallest things to a country person intrigues them and how some of the smallest things to a city person when they go to the country intrigues them. And they call a hotel a motel in a heartbeat. No, that Super 9 and Super 6 and all that, those are motels. Those are motels. And the difference is, see, you pull up to a motel, you park and you take 3 steps and you in your room. That's the difference. Hotel, you got a clerk who you got to check in with and get a key before you go to your room. No. They call them all motels. That's one of the things that always intrigue me. Now, when I have a big barbecue and we have food, I measure the temperature on each piece of meat. Man, my country cousins, they eyeball the hell out of stuff. Then they say it's fall off the bone. Yeah, because it's overcooked. If you'd have measured the temperature, you would have known it was overcooked. They don't give a damn about none of that. That's just not them. They've been cooking away for 300 years and they're not going to change because you are afraid of a little food poisoning. It makes you tough, they say. No, it makes you sick. Yes, it makes you sick. So they don't see that as being odd. Because I guess if you're used to it and your body build up the immunity to it, I guess you're all right. And then the one thing about the country, about my country cousins, one thing about them that I just, it's hard for me to digest. They love fried foods. The fact is that fried foods is not the healthiest food for you. Don't matter to them. It don't matter, it don't matter if you have fried foods every now and then, but not 3 times during the day. You got fried foods for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then you got fried snacks, pig skins, chickaroonies, and you got pig skins and all that stuff for a snack. How much fried foods can you eat in one day, and then you're licking your fingers behind it? No. And see, when I was growing up, and I would go to the country, we'd always have a lot of vegetables. And I love that. No, you go to a restaurant down south in the country, they ain't got no salad bar. And they give you a salad, it ain't gonna be what you think it is. And they're gonna have the thickest dressing in the world. And it's gonna be sweet. They like sweet food. They like sweets in general. That's just how they roll down there, But I always laugh when I go down there to visit my country cousins because you know what? They good people. They got good heart. In the morning, first thing they say is, good morning. In the city, you mind your business, you mind your business, I mind my business. You pass, you call you call your friends, everybody. Don't nobody say no damn good morning. Any morning you wake up is a damn good morning. But my country cousins, they all say that, and they are very respectable of their older siblings aunties and uncles, they have manners. And they just think that we're odd because we don't have any manners. But, like I told you earlier, it's like the Johnson's family meeting Cousin Eddie from National Lampoon Vacation. Yes, it is like that. But we all can sit around, and the one thing we do have in common, we do like good food. Now, we like our food different. They're going to eat all day long at a barbecue. We eat once or twice, and that's it. They eat until the food's gone. Food's got to be gone. And it's always a pleasure taking them out to a restaurant that serve things they're not used to, because they're going to complain. I don't care what kind of food it is, where you go, they are going to complain about the food is not the way they cook it. No. And I try and tell them the whole world eats the same damn meats. They just cook it differently. Not to my cousins from the country. No. You take them to an upscale steakhouse, they want to fry it. They want fried steaks. They don't give a damn that steak should be in an open flame, because that's how they cook it. There is nothing that one of my aunties can't cook with oil. There's nothing in the world. They will fry air if you let them. They'll fry the hell out of some air. You get them water, they'll fry it. They'll find a way to fry foods. And then desserts is a big thing to them. They're going to have desserts every single day. I'm just the opposite. I'm not a dessert person at all. I buy a quart of ice cream. It lasts me 2 damn months, because I can't sit down and eat a whole quart and then complain how small the ice cream tub is. Nope. That's not me. But the one thing I do like about them, though, and and DJ Leon will tell you this about them. You're going to laugh all day. You're going to laugh with them and at them. You're going to laugh all damn day. That's just their nature. Because you're going to see them do things. It's almost like, well, not almost. It is. It's like it's like going to the carnival or or circus. You're going to see some stuff that you don't see nowhere else. And you're going to see it every day. Somebody's going to do something every day to have you laughing, because you're thinking, how in the hell they even think that way? And don't talk about investing money. Don't talk about all that kind of stuff. In the country, they don't invest money, because if they did, they wouldn't be in the damn country. They'd be in a city somewhere, and somehow they make it work. They get their cash, they go to the bank, they put it all in, they put it on the debit card, or they get cash out on paydays, and they make it work. I don't know how they do it, but they make it work. Yes, they do, because they all are happy. And I look at them and I say, what about the next generation? You got grandkids. Do you want them to be better than you? Hell no. If I can eat bologna sandwiches, he can too. That's just how they roll in the country. And you be like, dang, I thought she wanted her grandkids to grow up and be a doctor. Nah. He's all right. He can pick oranges. It pays the bills. I mean, sometimes I wonder, do people in the country even dream? Let me give you an example. We all got together. We said that we were going to, we told everybody what to bring. Nah, you don't tell anybody in the country what to bring to a barbecue. No, or to a cookout. You don't tell what to bring. They bring the hell they want to bring. My Aunt Maddie, you say bring a cake. Okay. She said, and she couldn't tell you, okay. She bring potato salad. She don't give a damn what you said. This is what I want to make. This is what I want to eat. This is what I'm going to bring. So you're going to have all kind of stuff to show up. Bring a dessert. Next thing you know, you see potato chips. That's not a damn dessert. And I'm like, well, back in the day, she used to cook pretty good pies. Nah. We don't want no pies. It makes you fat. Come on, Maddie, you weigh 350 pounds. You've been fat for a long time. So that potato chip ain't gonna do nothing for you or to you. But then one thing I do like, I got an uncle. When he said we eating at 2:00, you ain't got to eat at 2:00. He's gonna eat at 2:00. He's gonna the food. He don't need for all the food to be done before he eats. He needs enough for him to be done before he eats. That's what he do. Once he got enough food, you can take off the first 3 pieces of chicken. He's eating. Now, the fact that you got 300 more pieces of chicken wings over there is relevant. Because his attitude is, you should have been done when you said you was going to eat at 2. That's what I came to do. And they going to show up at 1:59, ready to eat at 2. That's what they're going to do. And we're going to have a fish fry. And they like the fish fried hard and crispy. They do not want the fish to be anything less. Now, I don't want everything crispy. I say, I want me a nice piece of fish, because I try and tell them, you could eat seafood, fruits, and vegetables without cooking them. Without cooking them at all. No. They want this stuff fried hard. They want to submerge in the grease. And then when it floats back to the top, it's good to them. And then that's when you know for a fact it's going to be crunchy and crispy. They treat everything like chicken. I don't care what it is they're frying, it's going to come out looking like chicken. So you go there thinking that you got fish, and you look at it and think, oh, this is a piece of chicken tender. No, that's fish. It's just crispy as hell. But, I look at my family, and and like I said, I didn't pick them, they didn't pick me. But when I look at them, I say, you know what? We all got some things in common. It's just hard as hell finding what we have in common. But we do laugh at the same jokes. And then we talk about the old days when grandma was here and granddad was here and all the other kind of stuff. Now, I said my granddad had 23 kids. Now, my granddad, he didn't necessarily like kids. He liked the art of making kids because he liked women. Yeah, he did. He liked women. I ain't mad at him. I mean, he did like women. I'm not like him. My granddad might have been married 8 years total. You do the math on 23 kids. But, when you take them to the city, you want them to have a good time, and they always have a good time. They always have a good time. Now, you take them and you see animals, a moose or a deer, they just give it a country name. They just give it a country name. You be like, there ain't no damn elk. How you figure that's an elk? Well, it's close enough. But now, one thing about them, they love to hunt. All my family loves to hunt. I'm not a hunter. City folks don't like playing with guns unless they got a reason to play with a gun. And usually they got a reason they're in the wrong part of town where they should not be at. Country folks ain't got no problem. Everybody gets a gun on their second birthday. The day you turn 2, you get a gun. By the time you're 6, hell, you're a marksman because you're going to shoot that gun a lot at the cats, at the dogs, the rabbits in the backyard. It don't matter. They love their guns. And I try to tell them, you don't play with guns, but ain't none of them ever been to a qualification school. None of them ever been in the Army. Now, I was in the Army. Had fun. But, it's kind of funny. I tell them, I say, you like to hunt. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Then you're going to end up like Bugs Bunny and stuff. Ain't no fun. Like the people on the road runner. But, no matter how much you try to give them dreams, you find yourself not dreaming. You say, well, hey, have you ever thought about going to Panama City, Panama? Hell no. I got Panama City, Florida. It's all the same. You spell it the same way. To them, that's good enough. And then the good thing about it is that they like the beach. They like the beach, but I think they like the food trucks at the beach, not necessarily the beach, because I ain't seen nobody get wet, nobody go in the water. But their life is centered around having good food every day. There are days I just want to eat. And there are days where what I'm going to eat really, really matters to me. It matters to them every single day. And they like a big breakfast. Oh, God. You eat one of my country cousins' breakfast, you got biscuits, you got grits with cheese and all kinds of stuff. You got eggs, you got bacon, ham. You just ain't got no one thing to eat. And then they top it off with cereal. They add sugar to cereal that already has sugar on it. It doesn't bother them to add more sugar. Ain't nothing too sweet. And then the one habit they got when it comes to food, you can put salt in the food when you cook it. They're going to add more salt to it and pepper to it no matter what. I don't care how much you put in. They are going to add their own to it. And then they're going to tell you it ain't got enough salt. They love salt. Now, I like seasoning, but I buy seasonings that are not salt heavy. But they love salt. Salt is their best friend. Yes, it is. So, when we get together and we have food, we all argue. We get frustrated at one another and stuff, But once we come together, it's all hugs and laughs. And that's the way it should be with family. We're different, but not that different that we can't get along for a couple of days. We put it on the back burner. Now, I might be mad at you on Friday. We get together Saturday and Sunday. It's all hugs, smiles, and being friendly. And we mad again at each other on Monday because your damn kid done did some shit they shouldn't have did. Usually around the kids. I got a good boy. Everybody said he got good kids. My kid wasn't always good. And I would tell you, hey, watch out for him. You go to sleep, you might find a tongue in your ear. That boy licking you up, see what's going on with you. It's just totally different. Because to them, doing okay is fine. And my city cousins, we try to be perfect. If it rains hard, we're not going outside. My country cousins, it don't matter to them. It can rain hard as it wants to rain. If they got somewhere to go, something to do, or if what they got to do is optional, they're going to do it anyway. So I got some pictures I'm going to put up of my family get together, and God, it's going to be a shit show. This is DJ Leon D. I'm out.